One night, she smarted off. I noticed that she was talking to her mother. She smarted off. I said, wait. See, this type, the I type, they get themselves in trouble because they speak before they think. You may have one of these for a child. They're not bad people. They just tend to speak and then think about what they said. It's almost like, my mouth gets me in trouble. A lot of people go through life. I heard a guy say this recently. He said, I heard somebody make this statement. I wish I had thought to say that. He said, I've never had that thought in my life. My thought is, I wish I hadn't said what I just said. Both people can have that. Well, this type tends to be the latter. They tend to say something and then think about it. She smarted off to her mother. I looked at her. I said, wait, young lady, don't talk to your mother like that. You're on phone restriction for 3 days. She looked at me and went, what are you on phone restriction? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. It took me a long time to learn how to do that because that is not a natural male movement. Having raised 4 females, I've learned a lot. I watched Esther do this over and over and over. There are 5 parts to this movement. I went in the bathroom one night and I turned on the radio to practice learning how to do this. The first part of this movement is you twist your feet. The second one is you throw out your hips. The third one is you put your hands on your hips. The fourth one is you throw your head back. And the fifth one is you throw your jaw forward as you go, ah! But the key is to do all 5 of these movements exactly at the same time. And the reason you need to learn how to do this is because you don't want to look weird to your teenage children by going, So I went in the bathroom one night and I practiced this for a couple of hours because I wanted to learn how to do this. Again, it's not a male movement, it's a female movement. So I practiced this. And the reason I wanted to learn how to do this is because in working with our own teenage children, we'd be going back and forth, and I can see it's getting ready to happen. And just before they do it to me, I look at them and go, ha! And they look at me and go, so much fun. So I said, you're on phone restriction for 3 days? What do you mean on phone restriction? I said, well, you shoot your mouth off, you're going to get yourself in trouble. Well, the next day I was in the house reading the paper, and she came to me. She said, Dad, can I talk to you for a minute? And I said, sure. She said, I was just wondering, do you think you could just spank me? And I said, for what? What have you done now? She said, for talking back to Mom. She said, Dad, I've got to get off phone restriction. I'm dying. And see, I thought to myself, boy, have I found the right discipline for you. So you send either one of these to their room to have to be there quiet and alone. They hate that. You send either one of these to their room to be quiet and alone. Thank you. So I said, you've shot your mouth off. You're going to have to face the discipline. Now that same discipline about the phone, that won't work for the D type. If you say to a D, you're on phone restriction for 3 days, they'll look at you and go, I don't need your phone. I'll be out of this house one day and I'll have plenty of phones. I'll also have money, Dad. You'll need a loan. Entirely different.